Hey everybody, welcome to the video. Second Halloween. Well, I should start by saying happy Halloween. This is the second Halloween in a row where I had pretty bad trading performance. So there's a trend going. Twice is a coincidence, but if I have a bad Halloween next year, I think that just means that I should not trade Halloweens from now on. Okay, so what did I want to talk about in this video? I want to talk about real quick. I want to keep it quick because it's late at night, and that's when my ADHD is actually pretty non-existent. I'm pretty focused and locked in. So what the exercise I'm doing now, it's 10:30 on a Friday, and I'm grinding on trading. So that kind of shows my level of commitment. Tomorrow I'm going out with friends. We're gonna go see the new Frankenstein movie, so pretty excited about that. But anyway, about trading. What I'm doing now is I'm going back in Thinkorswim, looking at all the days since May 26th that my plan presented itself, and just counting up how I will be trailing, how I will be sizing up and scaling into positions. So I wanted to just capture it in a video, show an example for how I'll be sizing up. Okay, so the day I picked to show for this example is Tuesday, the week of, it's in June, Tuesday, June 3rd, 3 days before my birthday. And check it out. So first three 15-minute bars don't lead to a signal, but then this bar does. The fourth bar of the day leads to a signal. So if we were to get long off this bar, it wouldn't even fill this next bar, it looks like, but it would fill on this bar. So if it gets filled on this bar and it moves up, now would this be, was that the day I wanted to show? I think it was. That's weird. Once I got close, it started looking different. Oh wait, I think I see what happened. I was blending these 2 days together. Anyway, doesn't matter. We'll use this day as an example. Still, so gets long, bullish breakout candle here. We'd get long. This market would push up. But how do I know when I can scale in? Right? How do I know when I can scale in? Well, let's take a look at this right here, my plan. Made it very clear. Position and risk management, trail stop loss, size up when market reaches a level that even with adding the new stop loss point becomes a break even or better. So how let's translate that. After this bar, it moves up with my position, this bar here, and moves up with my position. Can I slide my stop loss up yet? Well, yeah, I have to trail it every 2 bars, so it could go at right here behind this bar, but I couldn't put it up to here. But after this bar right here, this signal bar, what do I do after this bar? Now the stop loss behind this bar is past the original bar. It's past the break-even point. Okay? So if I were to move stop loss up here, it would be past break-even. And it has to be past break-even even with sizing up. So say I added on the close of this bar at 66, we go down, stop loss would be at like 62. that would like basically be okay, because stop loss here would basically be at break even, and we have double the position size on. Moves up again here. Couldn't increase size, but stop loss would have to be behind here anyways, because this is the last two bars. Moves up again here. Okay, now what? Stop loss is down here. We could push it up here. Maybe we can add another contract at the close of this bar. Stop loss is right here. Now we're at 3x leverage with our stop loss basically at break even, and it's a gamble because every time this happens, I'm increasing the size of the position, and I'm increasing my leverage, so I'm increasing the potential profit I could get, but I'm also making it way easier to get stopped out for nothing. So I'm basically kind of like risking all the progress I made getting in here and riding this up. This hour and 45 minutes worth of work, I'm risking that for a chance at greater leverage and a bigger win if the trend does continue without failing. So for this to work, there needs to be a take profit point, where I say, hey, I'm gonna get out at this price. I like to do like increments. I like to look left and decide what that may be. We can look at this daily chart here. I would probably pick, looking left at the daily chart, I would probably pick the high of this, the most recent highs here, which is at 5990, which it did look like the market went up to today. So yeah, I would just follow my rules, trail, and hope that the market hits that price target. So does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. If you have questions about that, leave a comment. But so that's why in my rules I also say this here, expect to be disappointed and frustrated a lot. Patience is everything. Composure is critical. I know those aren't like good rules to have on your plan, because the reality is, do those actually matter in the moment when you are emotional, when money is at risk? No, they don't. But I'm just hoping that with following my process with these super strict rules and procedures right here, that I can better accept that pain and remind what I'm doing with this exercise now, and going through these charts and counting all the days since May 26th that would have worked out well. I'm basically proving to myself how well this would work. So Tuesday 5/27 would have worked really well on this day. We get a clear, clean trend up to let's look at the daily chart. Starting, so today, that is this day right here. What the heck? That's confusing. Anyway, this day right here, I don't think it's actually the 27th. Maybe it is. Whatever. The Tuesday, May 27th, would have worked really well on this day. Size up after this bar, size up after this bar or so, size up after this bar potentially, and you could have targeted 525 maybe from right here. You got 25 points. You size up once here maybe, and again maybe right here, and yeah, it works out really well. Basically, you're just compounding your your chance for profit, or the profit you will get if it does win. So I'm just counting up all the days to see how many days like this would happen. So how many days I can expect a month, just so I can manage my expectations and remind myself, like, yeah, it only happens like once every 2 weeks, once every couple weeks. But when it happens, you'll pay out really well. I mean, I could sit here with you and do the math on this one. I decided I'm going to make my risk for each trade $200. But the thing is, I'm going to be protecting that $200 ferociously. Like, I'm going to protect my initial stake so well. If you want to see my risk management rules, you can just screenshot this and check it out. But like, I'm just gonna protect that initial capital so well. Like, that is my number one priority. I'm not gonna be dumb and over leverage. I'm going to just protect that initial capital, and I'll size up when I get a chance to. But I'm going to protecting that initial capital is everything to me right now. I am so determined to protect my initial capital. That's all I care about. And I care about hitting the big home run, but only in a safe way that protects my capital. If I can't protect my capital, I'm not going to go for a big run. If it can't safely be done, I won't do it. I will stay patient until the market gives me an opportunity to do it, because I know that it eventually will, which is what I'm proving with this exercise right now. Yeah, that's it. That's the most important part of this video, what I just said now. If I rewatch this video, this is the part I need to rewatch. Okay, so yeah, I'm just counting up the days. So Tuesday, 5/27, that's one day. And I can even, real quick, I'll just show an example of how this would work. Size in here, 98 or 99, 5899 down to 584. So that's 15 point stop loss, approximately 75 points per MES contract. So I would risk 3 contracts, because size up a little bit, it'd be like 220 risk. So basically 1R, slightly over 1R. Goes my way here, goes my way here. All right, now we're at 06. Okay. Now we have a close where the low is above the entry point. Okay, so you know what we can do here? How many points is this above the entry point? Let's just do some math. It's only about, it's 2 points above the entry point. Okay, and then this is 7 points above the entry point. The close of this bar, 8 points above the entry point. So the math I would have to do in my head is, how many contracts can I increase this position so that the stop loss would go to right here, and it'd be break even. Well, my average position with 3 is at 98, but we're at it's 8 points above, so every 1 contract I add will bring it up, the stop loss up, like 8 divided by 3, so like 2.33. Wait, no, 2.67. So I could add 1 MES contract. This math isn't important, but I could increase my leverage by 33% while keeping my stop loss at break even. And keep in mind, my target, we'll just say it's the high of this day, we'll say it's 70. It looks like my target never would have even gotten hit today, but that's okay, because I have good trailing position rules, and that would have still led to a nice win today. Another move up right here. Maybe I add 1 more contract on the close of this bar, or maybe I don't. But then we move up here, and now let's say I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm just going to add 1 more contract at 13, put the stop loss down to 5, and I've added 1 more contract. move up, up, up. Now we're up to here, up to 20. I'll add one more contract. Now my stop loss, now my leverage is like 2x what it was before. I'm up like 6 MES contracts. Okay? We're getting close to 25, like, which is like a key price level. Numbers ending in 0025 and 50 and 75 are key price levels. Just they're significant price numbers, and the market reacts to them. So, one more bar goes by, then we get a big move up. I'll probably just take profit on the close at this bar because we're up, at this point, we're up like 30 points. So it just makes sense to take profit at the close of that bar. It's an exhaustive move up. And say I don't take profit. Say I'm like, sweet. It's trailing the stop losses here. We'd still get another move up to 37. So another 10 points up it would go, which is crazy. So in following the trailing rules, this would have still kept me in the market. Following my 2 after trailing rule, this would have worked out quite well for me, I believe. Yep, because after this bar here, I trailed at the low point of 2 bars behind, so this moves up. I put my stop loss here. This bar happens, I put my stop loss down here. But this bar and this bar and this bar, they never take it out. They slowly come back up, and then boom, another big push up right there. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, so that's one day, basically, since 527. And yeah, now what I'm going to do is just count the days. So, like 2 days here. Whole lot of nothing. So it's like you have to wait a long time before you get a good opportunity, unfortunately. But when you get them, it becomes worth it. Okay, right here. Nope. Right here, would this be one? I don't think so. Maybe this one would have worked. I don't know. I do not know. I won't count it. I'll say 2.5. What the heck? No. We're just staying at 2. What day are we at now? So only 2 days in this last month. Yeah, not very many. Not very many at all. That day wouldn't have worked. That day, no. And there would be small victories in here still, but yeah, those really big ones, not so much. Okay, this one would have worked pretty well here. Yeah, this one would work fine. Yeah, this one would work pretty good. Oh, man. But hey, I'm getting too tired to do this right now. I just wanted to show kind of where my head is at. Obviously, I have a lot of homework to do, but I've got an idea of what needs to be done, and I just wanted to capture this. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the next video. Bye.